Hey guys, welcome back to Channel Tuv. We're on episode 15. My hair is red. I actually debuted it a couple days ago on the main channel video, the Dangerous World of Twitch Stalkers Volume 2. So, how does your boy look? I think I look great. Yeah, I like this a lot, especially with how it contrasts with the blue background. We also have the GOAT, Mojo. Hi, hey, what's up? How you doing? He's finally not sleeping. You know, he was sleeping on the job last episode, which means he didn't appear at all if you watched that one. I actually uploaded that one a couple hours ago today. So we're doing user submissions today. If that title sounds interesting, we're talking about some interesting topics. And this is all from you guys. So you guys can use the Google form link down below and leave a submission. Really anything you want to talk about. These will be anonymous. I'm not going to be reading the names, even though I could see your name. I'm not going to be reading the names. I'm very excited for these episodes. I chose 3 topics for this video. I think I'm going to continue to do 3 topics every video. We'll freestyle it. We'll see. Maybe one time I'll do 2. Maybe I'll skip over it and just talk about myself for another episode. Like, we'll play it by ear. But basically, I woke up at, 5:30 in the morning today because your boy is trying really hard to fix my sleeping schedule. And hopefully I'm made the right steps. I stayed up like 24 hours the day before. I hate when I have to fix my sleeping schedule. And if you guys do hear a fan, I do have the ceiling fan on because it's getting hot in Los Angeles. It is getting hot, dude. Feels like we're in like summer already. It's annoying. So yeah, let's see our first topic. So first person said that the topic of their message is college and life. And they wrote, I'm currently enrolled in college taking pre-med courses, but I genuinely don't know what to do with my life. I feel so left behind knowing others already have a job or know what they want to do, and I don't. And it doesn't help that I have pressure on me being the oldest daughter of immigrants. The pressure of college and life and not knowing what to do. I was in your position for about a year and a half. Some people choose, when they leave the user submissions, some people leave literally a book's worth of information. Some people like you leave, 2 sentences or, 2 sentences. So I don't have much to go off of this paragraph, but that's why I'm going to fill you in, with my story a little bit. We're the same in the fact that we're the first of immigrants, first babies that were born here. And so it felt like me, my sister, and my mom were all learning things at the same time. It felt like we were growing up with my mom. She was finding out, she was barely speaking English as I was goo gagaing, you know. It's my alarm to wake up. Hold up. So there is this pressure of like, I want to make it out. Like, I feel hungrier than the average American that has 2 parents, not necessarily that they're white, but definitely Americanized American parents, even if they were, I don't know, immigrants at some point. But if, like, for example, your parents, if they're like middle class, I hope you guys know what I mean when I say this. Like, they could be any race, but if they are together, first of all, having parents that are together is a blessing. That is so underrated. If you have parents that are together, appreciate that. Parents that are together with a home that you were born into, I feel like, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like y'all got less pressure than like the immigrant children, especially with a single mom. I felt like I had to save the world for her. If, honest to God, if my mom and my dad were still together and we had like an amazing house, I think my drive would be less. I wonder if there are statistics on like whether or not kids born into good homes, aka having a house and the parents still together, I wonder if there's statistics that they like have less drive. Because I feel like us as like the kids that with single moms or like immigrant parents, or we're just like, oh no, I gotta make it. I gotta make it out. Like, I got to. There's no other choice. And I don't want to look up a statistic for that, honestly, because that is so niche. I understand the not knowing what to do with your life. I didn't know what to do with my life since freaking middle school. The thing is, I think the only difference between me and a lot of people is that my passion, I don't know why I use quotes. No, literally my passion, video creation. I started doing that when I was 11. I believe I was 11 or 12 when I started making YouTube videos. A big difference is that my passion pays. Like, YouTubers were getting paid back then. I was looking at Smosh blow up and them getting money. I was like, oh, I could do this. I was looking at PewDiePie blow up and I was like, I could do this. all of FaZe Clan, and that gave me this motivation. I understand if like you're an artist, for example, like where is the motivation going to come from? Like getting commissions once in a while. I get that my story is a little bit unique in that sense. While in middle school, I didn't know YouTube was going to blow up. I wanted it bad. I was working hard, but literally nothing happened in middle school. High school, nothing happened. That was 4 more years of uploading and nothing happened. Eventually in high school, I think I was around 16 years old when I entered a police training program, and I shaved my head for it. Like I was committed because in my head, I was like, I don't want to go to college. So what's the next best thing that pays well? Oh, being a police officer. I wanted to eventually become a detective, but to become a detective, you needed to go to college. And I was like, ugh, maybe not. It's just pretty cool that now I do like detective work on my channel. But yeah, that goes to show I didn't know what I wanted either. I was just like, I want money. I want to live. I want to make my mom proud. But even after that, I remember when the way it ended, the police training, because I went for 1 day. Isn't that hilarious? They were telling us to do push-ups and shit. And it was like these teenagers that were slightly older than us, maybe 18 or 19. And then I'll never forget, the guy was like, all right, do push-ups now. 1, 2, get up, stand up straight. And in my head, I'm like, yo, you're not about to talk to me like that. Hold the fuck up. Because, like, I really want to beat the fuck out of you right now. So I remember, like, holding it in. I'm not going to do shit about it. And then I remember, like, walking away. And my mom had witnessed it. Like, the parents were watching. After, like, a fucking 15 to 20-minute session of them just forcing us to work out. I remember walking away and telling Mom, I don't want to do this. And she's a great mom. She's like, okay, you don't have to. She saw like how annoying it was. She's like, yeah, okay, you can do whatever you want. Just like she didn't say in the moment, but obviously she meant like make money, get a job. Yeah, I didn't know what I wanted either. After college ended, after high school ended, it was COVID time. That didn't blow up either. It happened until 2021. And during that time, I was in college. I was in community college. And that's where I took a risk, because I started failing classes like without caring. I was like, I'm going to make YouTube work out. And I feel like at every point in every adolescent life, I feel like there's a risk moment. I feel like there's that one moment where you're like, I need to do this. Because if I don't, I can't live with myself. Because I was failing my classes on, like, not on purpose, but I just didn't care. I didn't even show up. I didn't care. And I just strictly focused on YouTube. And then YouTube was going good. And then eventually, we know the story, it blew up in 2021. But, like, I was failing. So I wasn't getting paid by FAFSA anymore. You need a certain GPA. And I'm so happy I took that risk. So going back to you. So I'm currently enrolled in college taking pre-med courses, but I genuinely don't know what to do with my life. So it sounds like that's not your passion. Like, if anything, you should be happy. If you're taking pre-med courses and you've always wanted to do that, you should be happy. So it sounds like that's not your passion. That's what I'm assuming. You say, you feel so left behind knowing others already have a job or know what they want to do, and I don't. Okay. Yeah, so I also felt that pressure. My friends were getting jobs at 16. I was trying to make YouTube work out and getting $5 a month. I remember that. That is a social pressure that we just can't avoid. We just can't avoid your friends doing good in life. And honestly, like, it's not a bad thing. It's just, it sounds like you just need to figure out your passion. What makes you happy? Not what makes you money. Because I know we get a lot of pressure from our immigrant parents. And they'd be like, go to college, make money. Go to college, make money. Go to college. And it's like, stop. I was talking to my mom about this like earlier. Immigrant parents make the mistake of forcing their children to go to school and get a job. And that child never finds themselves. That child never is able to have a real passion. That child is never able to sing because they want to. That child is never able to create art because the parents are always like, no, go to college. That's not going to make you money. Go to college. And it creates this like bad human, I feel like. Sorry. I feel like it creates this like sad human. it's like, it's not a good product. Not that humans are products, but it's definitely like, it's sad. It happened with my sister. I saw it firsthand. She's a decade older than me, 9 years older. My mom raised her as a single mom with no guidance. It was just like, okay, go to college and make money. And my sister was an amazing artist. My sister was an amazing artist and probably still is if she wanted to. But it's like, my mom didn't encourage her to keep drawing because like they don't know as immigrant parents, and also as like, since we were the firstborn, they don't know. They don't even know what commissions are. Like the word commission doesn't exist for them. What is that? They don't know what Fiverr is. They don't know what. They didn't know what the internet was. You know. I feel like my sister got the shit end of the stick in a lot of ways, being the firstborn, and it's like it was so different with me. With me, it was like I was showing her like, look, I can make money here. Look at Smosh. I can do this. It was just so different. It was more like lenient. And even though it was still like go to college, get a good job, all that to say, maybe you got the shit end of the stick like my sister when it comes to finding your passion. But remember, it's never too late. I see your age here. At least I think it's the year you were born in your Gmail. You're not that much younger than me. Like we're in the same boat. You're very young. If you don't know your passion yet, that's okay. But strive towards it. Go to the beach. Just stare at the fucking beach. What brings you happiness? Maybe it's music. There's a billion jobs out there, okay? And I'm not saying that your passion needs to become your job. You could still do pre-med and discover, oh, I love writing poems. Because we all need an outlet. And I doubt pre-med school is your outlet. Hell no. You know? So what I would suggest to you, person, figure out your passion. It's going to help a lot. This next topic is about polyamorous relationships. If you don't know what that is, I'm pretty sure it just means more than two people in the relationship. It's definitely what it means. So let's read this one. So this happened literally recently. My boyfriend told me he wanted a polyamorous relationship, and I was like, okay, I support, but I don't feel comfortable being in one. I told him this multiple times because he really wants to be in one. He keeps pushing it, so I asked why. He said he likes my best friend. I was kind of shocked, but not that much since he met her first. I told my friend because she acts all clingy with him. I'm kind of confused on what to do. But I know you might not read this, but I love all your content. Really helps me get through hard times, especially your music. Thank you if you read this. Love you, Tuv. Keep up the good work. First of all, thanks for supporting me. Second of all, you sound like you're 15. I don't know how old you are, but this is not tolerable. I would say leave both of them behind. Leave that friend behind and leave your boyfriend behind. Because this sounds like a 15-year-old high school type of thing. But let's start from the beginning. So this happened recently. My boyfriend told me he wanted a polyamorous relationship. Let's stop there. A boyfriend asking for a polyamorous relationship, 99% of the time, it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. What, is he not satisfied with you? What the hell? And look, why do I say that? I was this dude. I was that in my high school relationship. I didn't want a polyamorous relationship, but I was like, yo, let's have a threesome. Cause like my ex was bi. So I was like, yo, let's have a threesome with this other girl. Like I got in mind. And she would like joke about it. But looking back as a 23-year-old, I'm like, that must have hurt her. That had to have hurt her. Me talking about like, just even mentioning that I like another girl. Is she not enough? That's disrespectful as fuck. I feel like the only way polyamorous relationships work is if both people meet and are like, hey, we both want to do this. Okay, let's meet up. Like, let's do it now. Rather than, hey, I'm going to offer this idea. If my girl offers me that idea, peace, because like, you don't love me. Like, what is this? Why? Are you not satisfied with me? Alone with me? So that's why I feel so bad that I even offered that when I was a dumbass 16-year-old. I have a lot of stories. I was the poster boy for a misogynistic 16-year-old that watches Ben Shapiro ending liberals compilation. You know, destroying liberals I was that. I was homophobic as fuck. I was making racist jokes, edgy jokes. I was the poster boy for that. But yeah, I have a lot of stories when it comes to being like the misogynistic 16-year-old that I was. It didn't end until I was 18, but I guess we can unpack as the podcast continues. But you said that you support it, but you don't feel comfortable being in one. Once you said that, he should have just shut his mouth and be like, I still think you should have just left them, but whatever. You say, I told him this multiple times because he really wants to be in one. Do you not feel disrespected, user? Do you not feel embarrassed that I'm reading this to my audience? Does this not, you got to be thankful this is anonymous, but I'm doing this because you need to hear it. He keeps pushing it, so I asked why. He said he likes my best friend. Are you not embarrassed? Okay, I gotta stop flaming you. That is such a red flag. I was kind of shocked, but not that much since he met her first. Girl, him meeting her first has nothing to do with him liking her. He could have met her 18,000 years ago. That doesn't give him the right to, or give you, it shouldn't give you the affirmation that, oh yeah, it makes sense. He met her first. That is not an excuse. So stop coping. I told my friend because she acts all clingy with him. Why is your friend acting clingy with your boyfriend? What are you guys doing? What is she doing? I'm kind of confused on what to do. So yeah, it seems like you're young. It seems like you're young and this might be your first or second relationship, but this is not okay. And I'm happy that you are confused. I'm happy that you question this because your radar is going off. Your radar is like, this doesn't seem right. And I'm very grateful that you think that. And it sucks that your friend and your boyfriend don't think that way and their radars aren't going off. When we're teenagers, we are super selfish. Super selfish. I stopped being selfish at like 22. That's last year. That was this current year. Or 2024. Nah, actually 2023. That's when I made Stop Loving Me and all that. 2023 is when I stopped being selfish. I was 21. I understand for your guys' age group. But that doesn't excuse it. It doesn't make it right. You're still being hurt in the end. So if I were you, person, definitely you gotta disassociate with them. Because that's disrespectful. I get that you're young, but that doesn't give them an excuse to disrespect you. And also, like I was saying, this sounds embarrassing, doesn't it? This is an embarrassing thing to talk about. But yeah, you deserve respect. You deserve respect. You deserve to be respected. I hope everything gets better. I really do. I hope you make the right decisions, and hopefully you disassociate with them, or maybe talk it out. You know, you don't always have to leave people behind. You can just talk it out. But in my experience, talking it out only works like, let's say, 1 out of 5 times. So it's worth a try to talk it out. But definitely, it's you said you already told them multiple times. So maybe it's time to close that chapter. Turn on to the next topic, our last topic of the video. This is a very interesting one. The topic is fear of getting older. And I just had my 23rd birthday, March 19th. Hey Tuv, I just turned 25 on March 14th. I live in San Bernardino, California. I had a really harsh life and struggled with a lot of mental issues growing up and still currently, but I still managed to get through it all. I realized as I get older, I started to appreciate the weather more. I often step outside and stare at the blue sky and appreciate a lot of things like the chirping birds and the wind brushing against the trees and the distant echo from the freeway. But I can't help the fact that I feel like my days of being young are consistently skipping by me so fast. I guess that's life, I understand, but I can feel my mind is getting older. I started to cringe at a lot of newer memes, and some music artists that I thought were cool and that are popular are now kind of lame. I guess I'm asking, do you ever notice yourself getting older or being self-aware of it? I know you're younger, but you have accomplished more things that I haven't yet. Also, please pump out more of these episodes, thank you. Well, first of all, thanks for watching, user. I feel like we're in this epidemic. The unk epidemic. Because, dog, you're 25. You're not old. You're not old. It just so happens that the more vocal people on the internet are the 16-year-olds. Because, like, honestly, me being a 23-year-old, you being a 25-year-old, I don't know. I feel like we don't comment that much. I do comment for fun reasons, like on Instagram Reels. I know a lot of you guys see my funny comments on, like, random Instagram Reels. But, like, I'm not going out of my way to call people... Actually, I do. I do call people millennials. Huh. Well, millennials piss me off. I'm not going to lie. So, am I being biased? Nah, millennials are pretty cringe. Because I feel like when we're 30, we're not going to be cringe. I feel like we're just more reserved. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is we're in this unk epidemic because we're not old. We're in our 20s. We're literally at like peak life. We can go out to drink. We can have sex in our own houses. We can drive. We make our own money. Like there's a lot of good things about getting older. And we're not old. You're not old. 25, dude, you're fucking young. You're young. Like, it's literally just the comparison of all the young kids on the internet being vocal about their age. And it's just so annoying because, like, they're going to get older. They're going to get older. It's so annoying. I really like how you said you appreciate the weather more. Staring at the blue sky, the way you describe the chirping birds and wind brushing against the trees. You need to be a poet. You need to be a fucking poet. Holy shit. Distance echo from the freeway. And you know what? You saying that your days of being young are skipping by you so fast. It's not that they're skipping by you so fast. It's that, yeah, your days of being younger are over. You're not a 14-year-old freshman in high school getting to learn about the kids in your class and getting to relate with them. You're not 15 learning how to skate anymore. You're not, well, I didn't learn how to skate at 15. You're not 15 skating with your friends. You're not 16 taking the metro. You're not 17 losing your virginity. I didn't lose my virginity at 17. I lost it at 16. Is that TMI? I don't know. I'm just making up examples of like what the classic kid goes through. You're not 18 being excited to get your braces off. You're not 19 going to college. You're not even 20. You're 25 and I'm 23. And it's like, we had our childhood. You know, we're not children anymore, but we are, I would say we're still in adolescence. We're still young, you know. Your brain just finished developing. Mine is going to finish developing in 2 years. So it's interesting how your brain just finished developing. Use it. Use it. Go do whatever you want. Getting older is a blessing. I actually said this in the last episode too. Dude, there's some kids getting shot at 19. Like, it's so cool getting older. I literally can't wait to just have more life experience. I can't wait. I can't wait to get wiser. If I were to have a conversation right now at 23 with my 18-year-old self where I thought I was like, whoa, I'm an adult. It's like I'm talking to a child. It's like I'm talking to a baby. You don't know anything when you're 18, 19, 20. You think you do. You think you do. You really start getting into life. I say 21, 22, 23. You really start getting into life. But fucking 18, 19, 20. You have no life experience. I'm sorry. Like, you have some. I think you're thinking too deep about it, which isn't a bad thing. Think deep. It's a good thing. Think deep, don't sink. Shout out Lyrical Lemonade for that. And what you're saying with like the newer memes and music artists that you thought were cool, now you don't laugh at the memes. Now you think the artists are lame. That makes sense. Like, I feel, trust me, at 23, I feel a little bit weird listening to Netspend, listening to Osama Sun. Like, these guys are younger than me. So I feel a little bit weird, but, you know, I'm not gonna lie, Netspend fire as fuck. I'm gonna keep bumping that shit. Osama Sun's fire too, but I like Netspend more. There is, like, you don't want to get left behind, especially if, for me, my job is being on the internet. I don't ever want to get left behind if I'm still doing YouTube. Like, I don't want to be the dude that just doesn't know the community he's a part of, you know? So for when it comes to you, I don't know what your job is. I'm going to assume it's not being a YouTuber though. You have free will, dude. You don't have to like the current memes or the current artists. I just feel like maybe because I'm chronically online, I do like the current memes and current artists. But then again, if you look at like the 2017 memes where it would be like boy and then like with the B emoji, the red B emoji, like we look back at those memes and just cringe. So seeing memes as cringe isn't bad. I bet there were some people that when the whole boy thing was going on were cringing at that. Oh my God, that is so cringe. I hate that shit. Oh my God. Dude, at the end of the day, you're just finding yourself. And that's cool. It's really cool getting to know, like, I don't like this. I don't like the new music, or I don't like these memes. Like, why don't you like them? Are you that friend that's too woke, but not in a bad way? Maybe you think like, oh, that wasn't funny. Like, you just made fun of somebody. Why do you think these things? Get to know yourself some more. You don't gotta fear getting older. We're on this earth for like an average of what, 80 to 90 years. If you fear getting older, you're gonna fear the rest of your 70 years of life. Not even. You're like, no, yeah, 70 years of life. It's maybe 65. You're getting old. I'm just kidding now. But like, you can't live with the fear of getting older. Getting older is cool. And all those people that are like 16, dude, what? We're in 10 years, we're all gonna be like grouped up as like unks. It's so stupid. I guess that's gonna be it for this topic. And the episode overall. If you guys want to leave some submissions, if you guys want some advice on something, just want to get something off your chest, hey, click that link, the Google Forms link down below. And if I like it enough for it to be in a video, I'll pick it. If you guys relate to any of these stories, and if you want to comment publicly on them, leave a comment down below. Let the people know that you're also going through something like that. With that being said, I'll see you guys next time I ramble about random topics.